So this is my senior capstone, obviously. And so it's a political art message. So what it's about is over the history and legacy of the United States, right? The United States of America. It's a country which is, right? It's founded on the values of liberty and justice for all, but the country's legacy has been built through violence, oppression, all for the benefit of a few. So I guess the purpose of this art is just to get the viewer to reflect on the history of our own country and how it was basically built, and to just examine the contradictory nature of the words that our government speaks and our country says versus what we've done in the past and what we are continuing to do. So I guess one of the purposes it serves is to break through the narrative of American innocence and exceptionalism, that we are part of that group which we often denounce and shame. So I did that in the artwork pretty much by highlighting narratives and just story elements that all come together to work. There's a lot of symbolism and political imagery. Obviously it's a art piece, but they all come together to just try and challenge the viewer on some of their thoughts on our country. But I say all this not just to be a hater, because it's my country too. I love it, but I love it and I want it to grow, but obviously the country can't grow if we don't acknowledge and move past these things in the proper way. So yeah.
How did you land on the specific motifs that you decided to include? And then what are the two that are going to be done at the top?
Okay, so this one right here is supposed to be representing COVID, like a literal disease thing. It's not very finished. And then this, I haven't fully decided what I wanted it to be, but one of the main things, what I thought it was gonna be was a person stepping on a dove, kind of like they stomped on a dove, because the dove is representative of peace, the symbol of peace, and we are stomping that out for power. There's a lot of symbolism and plays on things, on just symbols that the U.S. uses, so this is for manifest destiny. That this the woman is the symbol of manifest destiny.
American Progress.
Yeah, American
the title
Progress.
Of that piece.
And it's surrounded by the skulls of buffalo and humans, representing genocide that have occurred. If you look in the center, it's a play off the presidential seal, which often has an eagle in front of a shield, and in the seal he holds a olive branch and arrows. The olive branch is supposed to represent peace, and what did I just say?
The arrows represent war.
And the arrows represent war. I replaced the arrows with a gun, and I replaced the peace with money. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's a bird. He's supposed to be grabbing a fistful of cash. And in the presidential seal, the eagle is always facing the olive branches to represent peace, because it's facing peace. It looks towards peace. I have it facing towards money, represent power, greed, those type of things. There's 13 stars. Yeah, there's 13 stars. Each star is for a president that has owned a slave. Um, in the center, this is supposed to be like a gun scope, and that's on the center of an eagle. It kind of just represents killing like national pride, killing our pride for embarrassment. Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Self-provoking.
What's this one supposed to be?
Oh, that is supposed to be the Dust Bowl.
Oh.
So, the Dust Bowl, in the research I did, it pretty much, I specifically chose to put the Dust Bowl there because it represents like our government's like inability to care for the environment, I guess. It's like the biggest natural disaster that happened for decades. And it pretty much, one of the main causes of it was through action of our government, things that we knew what we're doing but still chose to continue anyway. So I just tried to fill in kind of like a timeline of US history of things that we've done throughout our history, and like some of the more truthful parts of like what they actually did to our society along with others across the world, not just others, but ourselves. Yeah.
Goes in sequential order.
Yeah.
Like a
So
clock.
yeah, like a clock, starting from this is the Boston Tea Party. So in my research, I found that the what are they called? The European, the
Patriots, yeah.
the Patriots. The Patriots that dressed up as Indians partially did it because the Native American Indian was the symbol of being American. So when they threw the tea into the sea as a protest to their European, whatever they're called. So that's just like a little form of symbolism that what the Patriots considered used as a symbol for true American, they then went on to commit genocide on right after using the reasoning that they aren't real Americans.
Right.
After then using that symbol for themselves. It continues down with this one about slavery. This is about the Industrial Revolution, polluting our earth polluting our earth. And then this is the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, which both represent the failures of our government to just hold their responsibilities and do their purpose. Immediately following that, it's some more unethical things like this is supposed to be a nuclear bomb.
The Trinity test.
Yeah, the Trinity test, nuclear bomb. Right after that, you have, these are each protest signs. It's supposed to represent the civil rights era of our history. And all of the words that are on those protests are like literal protest signs that I found pictures of people that did hold up those words and those signs. So I put those on there. And following that, this is supposed to represent the Cold War. Our government basically having a dick measuring contest with another one that could have potentially blew up the world. So I think that's pretty important to put on there. Following that, we have the office of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. There's a lot that's already been said on Ronald Reagan, and I just thought it was important to throw him up there because a lot of the issues today can be led back to him and to some of his policies. And then following that, the last one that I have finished is supposed to be a representation on the war on terror and basically all of the activity done in the Middle East for oil, for benefit of our own country, and basically putting down a whole like subcontinent of countries for our own benefit to keep us in power. Yeah, that's the whole thing.